Okay, welcome back. We're going to solve 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x by factoring and quadratic formula. This is example 3. First thing we want to do is we want to factor out what they all have in common. They all happen to have an x that we want to factor out. So let's go ahead and factor out the x. So we are going to end up with, if we take out that x, we end up with 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. And so now we want to take the remaining part. Now that we factored out that x, one of our zeros is going to be x equals 0. But the rest of it we want to take and use the quadratic formula to solve it. So we have to go back and we have to remember the quadratic formula. The formula says x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2 times a. And these numbers come from a is the number in front of the x squared, so our a is 2. B is the number in front of x, so our b is negative 5, and c is the other number that doesn't have an x, so our c is 2. And this entire thing is equal to 0. I left that part off. Okay. So we're now going to take and plug these values in for the a, b, and c in the formula. So we have x equals the opposite of b. Well, the opposite of a negative 5 is a positive 5, plus or minus square root b squared. So we've got negative 5 and we're squaring it. Take away 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 2, all divided by 2 times a, which again is 2. And now we're just going to simplify this so that we get x is equal to 5 plus or minus negative 5 squared is 25. So we're taking the square root of 25, take away 4 times 2 times 2, that is 16. And then we're dividing all of that by 2 times 2, which is 4. So we're almost done. We already have 1 0, which is x equals 0. So over here we now have x is equal to 5 plus or minus square root of 25, take away 16 is the square root of 9 over 4. Square root of 9 just happens to be 3. And so now we have 5 plus or minus 3 divided by 4. And so last but not least, we're going to separate it into 2 pieces. We've got 5 plus 3 divided by 4. And we have 5 minus 3 divided by 4. And when you finish simplifying that, you get x is equal to 8 over 4, which is 2. Or x is equal to 2 over 4, which is 1/2. And so we end up with 3 solutions. If you were graphing this, if you graphed this, you would have a 0 at 0, you would have another 0 at 2, and you would have a third one at 1/2. And so this thing is crossing the x-axis 3 times. And so you could have a pretty good idea. Because this was an x cubed, you know that it's going to be of this shape. And so it would be coming down and coming back up again. It might go a little further down and a little further up, but it's going to be pretty close to that kind of shape. And that's it for the quadratic formula. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.